Hey guys, Trot to Trot here. Today I'm going to do a little video, little montage here about boiler systems, heating systems, and what to look out for if your heating system has shit the bed and you need to call somebody. This is our boiler system right here in our home. It is your run-of-the-line, mid-grade boiler system. It's what heats the house. Water goes in. The boiler boils the water, goes up through the pipes all through the house, continually runs about 180-degree water through these copper pipes, and that's what heats your house. It does it very well, very efficiently, and we run oil, so about every 2 months we need to fill up, and we have our hot water system that heats the water, so it's very efficient. It's about 22 years old, and the other day it got cold out here for the first time in Delaware, where I'm from, and it wouldn't kick on. So we had put in a new thermostat. We thought that was the problem, but no. What happened was in August we had a hurricane come through, and it tore some trees down and really screwed up our power lines. So when the power came back on, it wasn't properly grounded from the telephone pole to our house, so it fried this unit right here. This is your magnet and your switch that connects the circuit, sends power, tells everything what to do. Basically, I'm keeping it in layman's terms because I want to make this short, sweet, and what to look out for. Now, I don't know much about HVAC. We studied it a little bit in school. We went over diagnostics and how to test and stuff like that, but that was 20 years ago for me. I'm class of 2000. So my wife decided to call this company called AIRSERV. Oh, so many positive reviews, this, that, and the other. I said, okay. Well, first red flag was the age of the person that came to do the work. He was about 25, which, believe me, I'm not knocking him for that, but I wanted to see, I see all these 2020 ABC scam things to look out for. So I hit the emergency switch, which is over here. This cuts all power off to the unit. This was off. So I figured he'd catch that right away, and bada boom, bada bing, he would do a diagnostic. Well, he never caught it. So, mind you, I'm in the other room. I'm white, obviously, and my wife and her grandmother, her brother are Filipino, so they're brown. And very smart girl. I mean, her diction is a little, you can tell, her pronunciation is a little off on some things, but a registered nurse, loves taking care of people, very, very valiant girl. So he comes in, within 10 minutes, he quotes a price of $1,600. I jump out of the other room, I said, hey, how you doing, sir? He gave me this look like, oh yeah, hey, how are you? I think it said his name was, I don't give a fuck what his name was. To me, he's a dickhead. So I asked him, wow, how'd you come up with that? Well, I need to replace this box, I need to replace another power unit, and I need to also replace another power unit, a circuit, and yada, yada, yada. He goes, okay, here's red flag number one. This was hanging up with the cover off. He says, you see this, sir? You see this right here? This is all supposed to be green. It's all black. It's been fried. Now, I went to college for computers, so I know circuitry, circuit boards, motherboards, what they're supposed to look like. There's a giant magnet on here. Magnet stack, electromagnet. He says, this is all supposed to be green, and he's scratching it, and I said, really? Well, you can't put a magnet this big on a circuit board. If you do, it creates complications. It can ruin the motherboard and divert power, this, that, and everywhere. Anyway, keeping it simple. Red flag number one. Number two was, he stated how old this system was. My God, this thing is still running? Mind you, he just came in. This thing's still running? I don't understand. Well, we'll see what we get to. He's going by this right here, okay? Now, obviously, this is a protective layer, okay? It's your, like I said, your run-of-the-mill, middle-class boiler system. That's strike two, okay? Because when they start commenting on the appearance and the quality of look, let's say, of the boiler, now they're wanting to replace unnecessary things. So this AIRSERV dick, I could tell right off the bat, he couldn't, first of all, he never caught on to that switch being off. So when he was testing the parts, it wasn't shooting anything back at him. He was putting power in, getting no reading out. That's what that thing's meant to do. It cuts power in an emergency situation. Now you can use that switch for anything you want. I mean, if it's summertime and you don't need the heat at all, switch the damn thing off. I mean, you got your water heater for hot water. You got your bladder system that holds, I think, 30 gallons at a time. So this thing is really for heating the house, and that's it. But if I was made of metal and lived in a basement where there's moisture and bugs and, you know, a leak here or there, I'd be a little rusty too. So that's strike two on his part. He quotes the price $1,600. He wants to replace bing, bang, boom. And then says, I can't guarantee that's going to work either. So I hear the price. I hear his bullshit. Immediately, I want him the fuck out of this house. Because I know he's a scammer. He didn't think there was anybody here that partially knew what the hell they were talking about. But $89.99 for a service call. And I call back the next day and give him hell because my brother-in-law fixed this on his own, has no training in HVAC, but is very smart. And this was the culprit. And it worked. So that tells me that this company has been scamming and scamming and scamming those who are not ignorant, those who are not up to date or know anything about heating and air conditioning. So I call, I give them hell. I say, you know, you guys shouldn't be in business. I'm going to let the Better Business Bureau know what you did. Well, you never would have known the problem if he didn't come there. Well, basically, he wanted to take out everything and put in everything new. And obviously, it's going to work then. But the stupid retard didn't even try. And that's what pisses me off about the United States of America and the country in the condition that it is in today. Is you see people of color, of other origins, of other faiths, other religions, other beliefs, whatever. And you have the mainstream that take advantage of that. And that just goes to show you that this country is just going to do one of these numbers. Bang! It's just going to go right down the shitter again because you got assholes like AIRSERV that waltz into a home, make believe that this thing's going to blow your house up and burn it down and blow up and you're never going to have heat again. But then you have honest companies that will fix it. Keep in mind, this thing was fixed for $200. $200, replace the part, bing bang, on, running, ready to go. And this asshole is going to do everything in his power to basically fuck us, to screw us over. So that's my video for today, YouTube. Last thing I'm going to leave you with is do research. Do research, because there are good people out there. And their businesses and, you know, their accommodations, they get screwed over by AIRSERV and people like that. It ruins the trust. You don't call around anymore because he's telling you that's the best that you can do, that's the cheapest, you're not going to find anybody else, da 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 da. and they plant the seed of worry. And you're thinking, well, shit, I mean, what am I going to do? I got to have heat, you know. We got a 79-year-old grandmother in the house. I got to have heat. We got to have this, got to have that. And they feed off that. They feed off planting the fear seed. And you got to have it, seed. You got to have it. You got to have it. I mean, you know, you got to have it. And that's basically all he said. It's an old unit. It's not going to last. And even if I fix it and fix what I think's wrong with it, I don't know if it's going to fix the problem at all. If it were me, I would buy a whole new unit. Now, why? Why would you recommend a whole new unit? Why don't you be honest and say, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm a retard. Give me your money. So, he got 90 bucks out of, not me, well, he got it out of the family. So, people, do your research. And AIRSERV, if you see this, you can kiss my ass. You can't take my censorship, and you can't take my freedom of speech. You know you done wrong. Your company is all bullshit. And if you look up your 5 stars that you have on the internet, how come all these people leaving remarks only have 1 response? That's another red flag. If you look up a company and they have 25, 50, 60 reviews, and it's 5 stars, and they're like at a 4.9 out of 5 stars, and the people leaving the comments only leave 1 response in their whole Google career or whatever, that's a warning. Those are relatives, employees, friends of employees, friends of the company CEOs, COOs, CFOs that are leaving this, making up their reviews falsely. So look at everything. I don't give a shit how good you are. You're not going to please everybody. And everybody nowadays wants something for nothing. And that's not me. You got to pay for what you want, and you got to work hard for what you want in life. So there you go, YouTube. Boiler 101. Watch out for the scams. And AIRSERV, boom, that's for you. Have a great day, YouTube.